All right. It is Tuesday, event day. So, one thing they're popping up with is that they're now offering runes on tiers 1 and tiers 2. Interesting. So, we will go through what we got here. We'll start with the event card. Oh, that's not the event card. That's the Master Collection card. I'm sorry. Here's the event card. All right. So it spawns up to 6 light power gem 1s at a rate of 1+1 per 60 skill points. One thing I'm noticing is that increases damage by 200% while an arcane enemy is present. That's not their normal thing that they've been doing for the Ultra Form cards. It's always been the Master Collection card and the Ultra Rare that get the 200% damage boost. And then 400% when you make it an Ultra Form card. But for some reason, this is getting a 200% increase while there's an arcane enemy present. We're going to Dispel Weaken. Weaken's just one of those buffs that just causes you to not be able to hit as hard, and if you have anything that boosts damage, a good example is like Dynamite Dougal and Iron Spine's Night Horse, and same with the Dragon decks. If you try and use their skills to increase your damage output, Weaken null and voids it. So that is kind of a pain in the butt, but it's a workaround. But this is a power gem spawner, so up to 6 power gems. 12 gem charge, 6 turn cooldown rate. A little steep, but this is also a commander event, so not that big of a deal. So now we'll get down to the support card. So I'm going to assume part of this is different. So creates 2 light gems and heals for 1,000% of hero recovery for 3 turns. Hallelujah! Finally, a support card that does what it's supposed to. It heals. It's about time. I expect it to go to 3 light gems and possibly, I'd say, 1,200% of hero recovery for 3 turns. That's very similar to what Rudolph does, except Rudolph makes 6 gems and does, I think it's 12 or 1,500% hero recovery for 3 turns. So 9 gems to charge, 3 turn cooldown rate. So basically, you could just keep activating this card, and you're constantly going to be getting gems and health. So that's kind of a nice little thing. Dispels Traitor. Traitor's a nasty little buff, or debuff, sorry. It's not as bad as Thorns, but it's a pain. Every time whoever has this particular debuff on them attacks, you take a little bit of damage. Pain in the butt. Just no other way to explain it. Pain in the buff. If you notice, these are all corrupt. I don't have any light corrupt. I think I have 1 blue and 1 green corrupt relic, and that's it. So no extra relics there for me. Then we'll get up to the ultra rare. This card is unusual. Increases enemy damage taken and reduces hero damage taken by 3%. Okay. Again, weird, but okay. And then spawns 3 light gems for 4 turns, including this one. This duration is refreshed with each skill cast and can stack up to 3 times. Would have to have it and play with it to actually see what this does. I don't know. This one's kind of unusual. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I mean, it's going to put gems on the board for 4 turns, and it is a 9 gem cool charge up and 3 gem or. Oh God, it's been a long night. It is a 9 gem charge, 3 turn cooldown, so it's going to consistently put gems on the board for you, so you can keep your commander skill points up. We're going to dispel dodge. Dodge does not hurt you, just pain in the butt. It's kind of like blind, except it goes on the boss. A good way to get around this, again, is Indasha, if you want to use Indasha, because Indasha will instantaneously remove dodge. Again, that's a Slayer, but it worked in the last time that we ran this event. And then we get to the MC. So spawns up to 7 light gems 2 at a rate of 2 + 1 per additional 60 skill points. When there are 3 stacks of Electric Hailstorm, these are upgraded to Power Gem 4s. So, when you have the Ultra Rare, I'm assuming though if I'm reading this correctly, if you activate the Ultra Rare, and since it can stack, you're going to have to activate this card 3 times to stack it. And once you have the 3rd one, then you can activate the MC card. And the MC card will then spawn 7 Power Gem 4s. As long as your skill points are at 300. And 9 gem to charge, 6 turn to cool down. Valkyrie, again, no card ever really uses that. And then we'll come up to the ultimate form. So, spawns 4 light gems 2s at a rate of 1 + 1 per additional skill points. When the Hailstorm is upgraded, they're upgraded to Power Gem 4s. Also casts Electric Hailstorm, which increases enemy damage taken and reduces. So since it's a 9 gem charge and 3 turn cooldown, basically this thing, as long as you just keep activating it as this card goes, it will eventually create Power Gem 4s. Which is completely and totally pointless, because by the time you get up to 150 light commander intensity, you're going to make that nasty gem right there, and then you're going to be doing massive amounts of damage anyway, so whatever. Again, this card will passively increase commander skill points on its own, just like all other Ultra forms have been doing. It's going to dispel Valkyrie instead of dodge. I really wish they'd start keeping with the Ultra Rares skill instead of the Master cards, but excuse me, it is what it is. And then we'll go with the past ultimates. Slazy's the only one I know that can make this card right now. This card will create 8 light Power Gem 4s and increase all enemy damage taken for up to 30%, as long as you're at 300% commander intensity or skill point. Weird part is it's going to cost you 50 skill points. Again, whatever. And then 9 gems to charge, 4 to cool down. And then as long as you are going up against an immortal, it will create the ultimate light gem. Dispels Absorb. Never, ever, ever seen Absorb used. Absorb basically will change whatever gem you need, which in this case would be light gems, to heart gems. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but that's about it. And then the 3 event cards. Very difficult to show these to you. Oh no, it will let me do it. Awesome. Okay. So I already have all 3 of these in my inventory. So there's this one. Attacks a dark enemy for 1300% attack and increases the counter by 1. Dispels blind. Blind's not really an issue, and I don't have honored relics that are light, so I won't be using that card. Don't have human or elf that's light. I kind of passed that one up and I regret it. Attacks for 5,000 plus 5,000 for every 25 human intensity. And at least 1 light power gem 2 is on the board. The damage is tripled. The one thing that's nice is once per battle, instead of a dying, will survive and create 1 light power gem 2 plus 1 per 75 intensity, which is kind of cool. Dispels might, doesn't really help. But if you're one of those type of people that need to survive and forget to use your healers, this card can save your butt. And this one I'm not the fondest of. Again, I don't have anything that's ancient that's yellow. So basically he increases ancient intensity, and every stack of ancient intensity increases the drop rate of light gems for 1 turn. That's it. He dispels thorns. The only reason why I never dusted this card and kept this card was for such occasions as what we're sitting in right now, in case he may be a free rune someday. And he was. So I've gotten 2 for the Master Collection card and 1 for the Ultra Rare, just off these 3 right here. So thoughts of options. Light. That'll work. Okay, so I don't recommend using Slayer cards unless you don't have a choice or you're needing a power gem spawner. May does not spawn enough power gems to make her worth her while, so I would say she's out. Swine Lord is a nuke card, which can screw you up, and I think he only does 2 or 3 power gems anyways. Oh, 4 light power gems. But he attacks for nuke, so I don't recommend him. If you have the MC, which I think a lot of us do, definitely. I mean, 6 light power gem 4s. If you get the ultimate form of this, it goes up to 8. I mean, crap. Just even 6 light power gem 4s is worth it. So, MC's definitely worth using. Was never fond of the Nutcracker. Again, he's a nuke card. 4 light power gem 1s and does a nuke damage. But he does dispel dodge. So if you're trying to get away from what the Ultra Rare does, he is a commander. He is of the new meta, and he does spawn power gems. And once you get high enough up there, if you want to have a deck that has one of these to help dispel dodge, this will be the option that you have. The support card. Really, 6 light gems and decreases your damage for 20%. Sure, maybe 1 if you want to help with spawning some gems and filling in the blanks. Still increases light commander skill points. I think from now on we're going to be able to mix and match all the support cards we want from here on out, just because they're all going to do the same skill point set. So by all means, mix and match all you want. Assault Unit Yu-Gi-Oh! No Slayer card. Stay away from. This is a reforge. I really am not happy with what he does. He converts 4 dark gems to light, and then generates 10 light commander skill points, and then also passively does skill points. He also helps dispel weaken, so if you want an extra card to help dispel weaken, sure. I mean, basically, he is nothing more than a support card. That's all he is a support card. So, sure, if you want to use him, he's an option. Then Indasha is the only Slayer card I would recommend if you need to, just because heals, and if a buff has been put on, such as dodge, heals for 300% recovery, and if he dispels the dodge and he turns around and heals for another 300%. And then passively creates 4 light gems and then 1 light power gem 1. If you have the ultra rare from this event, which I'm really wishing they come out with a pack where I can chase that sucker, because I really, really want it. It creates even better, and it heals for 600, and then if it heals and dispels a buff, then it heals again. That makes it 1200%, so that's a nice card to have. Really, really want it. This one also dispels Traitor, so it can help dispel Traitor as well with the event card. Excuse me. Snippy Witchhawk, I believe. That's Thorns. Passively will heal. So if you are one of those type of people that don't want to use a card to heal, by all means, this is a great card to use. It will heal every time you attack for 25% of your recovery. It may not be a lot, but every little bit helps. And for people who've been here long enough, you should have the auto turret. Which is a relic from that event. And that will create 4 gems right off the bat. And then once you get... Wow. I never paid attention to that. So more than 4 light power gems exist on the board. We'll create 1 light power gem too, as long as there's a creature on the team. I also did not realize that this increases your team's hit point by 2,368%. Guess I need to pay attention to some of these relics a little bit better. This is not the special relic. This is just as it says. Wow. That's kind of cool. Okay, so that again is an extra relic that you can yeah, all these are the same except for that one. That is weird. Wow. Okay. Back on track. So any of these, they're Commander Slayer cards. I believe they heal as well. Yeah, they destroy 6 non-light gems and heal for 90% recovery. So that's another option for a healer, and it'll also give you the option to use the light giant relic as well. don't think this one's worth a crap. Moderately increases. Yeah, not worth a crap. But does dispel dodge. Oh. So, and also since it's Dren, you can use your Dren relics as well. So that's also an option if you have it. That pretty much takes care of everything I have. So, yeah, that's it. So good luck to everyone, and I said it once, I'll say it again. I'm going to get my ass kicked by Slazy this event. Yeah. See what happens. Good luck to everyone.